Welcome to the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast with host Jacqueline Burke. Today's special guest is Alecia Iwanchuk.
Welcome to our podcast, Alecia. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Well, today we're going to talk about the market life because you are now entering that.
Yeah,
How do you
exciting.
feel about that? Exciting?
I've been I've been to a few markets.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, like I'd have my table and I'd set up and have like you're always like nervous for a bit and then you kind of fall into a flow and talk to people and it's fun and then there's, maybe a little more nerves. So I'm excited to sort of be part of the background, be able to
Yeah.
like have my stuff there, my business, but to also be like helping other people, get organized.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And networking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love markets for that.
Hmm.
You meet so many people, like the community, the other vendors. Yeah, it's wonderful. So what are you mo like as a vendor, what are
Mhm.
you most looking forward to when you set up and present your business?
Because I don't at the moment have actual physical items to buy. Like I'm not selling a piece of art you can take with you. I have some ideas for what I can put on my
Okay.
table now, but that like makes sense with my business. But
Yeah.
at the moment, I'm selling services. So I'm like, if you sign up for this yoga class, or if you sign up for this thing, then you'll feel better. Are you struggling with, some self-trust issues? Are you struggling with being able to motivate yourself? Are you struggling with um yeah, like feeling disconnected to your
Yeah.
body.
Oh
And then I
yeah.
can, but those are like really deep issues.
Yeah.
So sometimes not everybody wants to get into that right away.
Yeah.
So it's kind of meeting people where they are and then figuring out how I can present my classes to them, my offerings to them in a way that if it's meant for them, they're going to feel comfortable connecting with the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can just picture you like at a market and having enough space in the corner to actually help someone one-on-one with yoga poses.
Oh, that'd be fun. But that'd be like, I don't know if people would want to do that, right?
Oh,
Because it'd be so in the spotlight.
yeah. Oh, you never know. I know it might take me a while to do it because of a hip issue, but I mean, most people, if they're right, flexible and able to do it,
Mm,
they might just jump in there. That'd be good.
it's true. I like to say, like, a lot of people think that like yoga is about flexibility, and it's actually not. It is about flexibility, but flexibility in your mind.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because a
Yeah.
lot of people are like, oh, I can't do this. My body can't. And it's just like everybody's body can do yoga. Everybody can do yoga. It's when you can't do it the way that you've seen it done before by somebody who's like a professional.
Yeah.
How do you be okay with that? How do you not judge yourself?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, it's deep though, and that's all
Yeah.
that's like the other part of the practice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice deep dive. That's what I love it. I love it. It's for me, it's like this whole package deal in one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Um, so what is in your mind making memories at a market? So what are you looking forward to adding to your memory book?
Um, mm, the people,
Yeah.
the experience, the getting over my own insecurities,
Okay. Yeah.
learning to speak to people publicly and like owning what I'm saying and feeling confident.
Yeah.
That's, I think, a big part of it. Like the more you're able to hear yourself and be in those positions, the more comfortable you get.
Yeah.
So Yeah, so I'm here for the like growth and evolution.
I know when I hosted my first market, I was scared to avoid like even to get the microphone because it was quite a large market, but to just say welcome everybody, it was like, oh my gosh, but it takes after one, you're fine,
Mm.
it'll be good. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, so I was gonna ask you, what's a piece of advice you'd give to someone starting their own business and getting into markets?
Oh,
Because you're just starting yourself, so
yeah. I've had my business since registered since 2021.
yeah.
I've done so one, two, three markets in those
Oh,
last
good.
few years.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. But this is sort of, I will just reflect on business in general, whether I think because it's relevant whether you're in going to a market or you're getting into like a spiritual led business. That's the scope that I'll speak to is only count your wins
Yeah.
because it's all wins. Because before you created your business, nothing existed.
Right.
So it's a plus.
Yeah.
Even if it's a like a supposed like fail or not work out, then you learn from that. You needed to learn from that in order to like go forward and to not do that again or take those lessons. So
Yeah.
that's even a win in itself. So it's all wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So what do you bring? Do you bring brochures or do you bring gift certificates or what do you bring to a market?
So yeah, I just had some really lovely brochures made. I will bring business cards. I try to have things people can sign up for. I do an email list and try and see what they're interested in, and I will do a giveaway so
Oh,
that they can, yeah, so they can enter into a draw.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and like, so if somebody's like watching this from a business perspective, then if you do a draw, it's really nice because a lot of people will enter that.
Yeah.
And then you get their emails. So then you
Right.
can add them to your email list and then they become like a lead and you can market to them.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have the email list, some people might walk by, they might not sign up to your email list, but if you put a sign that's like, hey, win a free something,
Yeah.
everybody wants free stuff, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That's an incentive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So are you going to have like workshops or group sessions
At the market?
or like promoting? Sorry.
Oh, okay. At the upcoming two markets, I will be having an online series that I'm running in June, so I'll be promoting that.
Oh, great.
What
Oh,
else?
sorry, which series is that, Alicia?
It is, I'm calling it Journey Through the Elements. So it's an online Kundalini yoga series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so 4 classes, you get recordings, you get an ebook. Um, the in my scope of work, the elements are such a beautiful lens
Oh,
to work with, right? Because like fire is our energy,
um,
air is our mental aspect, and water is our emotions, and earth is our physical body. So it allows us to like take a look at the whole human being,
right.
which is so wonderful. So I will be promoting that as well as I'm doing a free webinar, which I will be promoting.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, and you're on YouTube.
I am, yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
I'm really I that is like my dream, which
Yeah,
is like my guilty like I don't know, shameful dream is that like I would love to be able to make YouTube videos that reached enough people
yeah,
that allowed it to be a sustainable thing like to generate income and not just be like a hobby that I love.
yeah, absolutely. Well, the listeners are going to have to subscribe to
Oh, thank you.
Intelligence Yoga and get that following up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's been like at first when I started my channel, I was a whole bunch of different things. It was
Yeah.
very messy. And then I realized I need to speak to my zone of genius. And my zone of genius is Kundalini yoga. It's teaching a class. Sure, I will say things during that, but that is my work. So I'm learning to like stay in my lane.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's funny, when you're starting a business, do you find that you get so excited that and you have all these ideas that it's hard to kind of pull the reins in a bit?
Yeah, like honestly, just the other day, I took certain offerings off of my website because I'm like, because they bubbled up through this journey and they were like, yeah, maybe you could use them. They were helpful for you, took courses, was able to connect with them for a bit, but
Yep.
they didn't stick. And
Okay.
so now I'm kind of in this, okay, what is it truly that I want to be doing? And then let everything else go
Yeah.
and just stick to my one thing. So
Yeah.
I was offering tarot card readings, I was offering
Good.
healing sessions, but it's like, no, my zone of genius, what I'm supposed to be doing is Kundalini yoga.
Yeah.
Whether it's teaching a whole class, teaching courses, or working one-on-one and coaching using the methods of Kundalini with someone.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Right
I'm
on.
learning.
Yeah. Oh, we always continue to learn, don't we?
Yes.
Every day. Yeah, every day. Never ends.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Mhm.
So where does your inspiration come from with your business and then mo going into markets and doing different things? So where was the inspiration to try something new?
Oh, things bubble up in my brain, like a lot of things, and I write them down. And I'm a very fiery energy person, so I can take things and I'll do things with them. Maybe where other people would sit and let them marinate, which sometimes I probably should, but I'll just like move through things and do a bunch of stuff quickly. But like I don't know where my inspiration comes from. I will be lying in bed at night and can't sleep, and all of a sudden, boom, I'll have to get up and I'll write this whole thing. The next day I'm turning it into something. And it's like it just comes. Sometimes when I'm gardening, I will get like insights
Yeah.
and but honestly, like all the time.
Do you think it's your soul speaking to you when that happens?
Yeah, like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, like, some of the wisdom, some of the stuff more so,
Yeah.
for sure. Some of it is just maybe I saw something that somebody else did and now it like sparked
Yep.
something in me.
Yep.
But then, yeah, sometimes things come through that I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I had never thought of it, I had never seen it. And it's so, yeah, it's just so like, you need to go do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely my soul.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna kind of just go into a topic of gratitude.
Okay.
Um, Now with the markets and your business, and I can sense a whole bunch of gratitude, like just a high level of it. So
Mhm.
I'd like to talk to you about like have you recently experienced a sense of joy or wonderment like in your day?
Uh, I try to stay, like I do a lot of mindset and meditation, and I'm like I went through that healing journey of the dark night, and I'm really aware of staying in gratitude like
Yeah,
all the time in order to make my life better.
yeah,
So I try to foster uh a beingness of gratitude through my daily practices. Like, and they'll be different.
yep,
Sometimes I just sit and like will name things. What am I grateful? I'll look around my house and name
yeah.
things that I'm grateful for. Recently I've been doing Dr. Joe Dispenza meditations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the morning and night. So they actually are really helpful because they kind of let you let your mind go and just listen.
Yeah.
And then you're saying affirmations about gratitude. And my business and then like the market is just like they just work together so well. It's like it's an extension. It's a place that can foster me growing in my business as I help the market, as I help others. So it's just like this, like just so grateful for that whole thing. I just find, yeah, everything with intentions brings to be more and more that I can be grateful for in such an easy way. In such
Yeah.
an easy way.
That balance is so important during the day, right? To
Mm,
like whether you're like with your yoga business and then doing markets and finding that connection,
mm.
between the two, and then that creates even more balance. And
Yeah, like harmony
yeah,
and
right?
coherence in my life. And that's what's happening. Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's almost like the gratitude kind of spilling out and then bringing things to me that are aligned. And I'm just like,
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. So I want to ask you, who has been a source of strength or support for you on your journey with your business?
Mm. 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 Like, I mean, my family has always supported me.
Yeah,
My sister is a cheerleader for sure.
yeah,
Um, and it was funny because the business does tap into that, like it's different. It's not a 3D world. It is moving into that like spirituality. And so it was like um having my family and stuff still support me, even though it was different and a little like maybe woo woo, right?
yeah,
And so like nothing has changed. Like they haven't like I've heard of people saying like when they tell their family like they're into spirituality, they get like disowned and like stuff like that. Like that has not been the case at all. Um, a lot of the business side, I really had to do a lot of work on I had to learn a lot of things on my own. Took taking courses, going online, and like a lot of the technical stuff, like that was almost like I needed to really, really, really get into the practices that I offer through my business in order to create my business and make it go. Because there's no way I could have continued on with it through the ups and the downs and through learning all of the massive things that I needed to learn in order to keep it afloat.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
That does actually. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it is a journey, that's for sure, when you're starting a new business, and especially when it's a business that you don't have something in the physical,
Mm,
to view for people,
right.
right? It's more like you're doing the work with yoga,
Mm,
and it like there's not a product. So,
yeah.
you know, but people, I find that it's come a long way. It really has. When I look back to like 20 years ago, even,
Mhm,
so that, I mean, I'm grateful for that. I love, excuse me, sorry, the wellness industry
mhm,
and anything that contributes to that, whether it's, whether it is exercise or yoga or mindfulness, meditation, tarot, even like
mhm,
you mentioned, you do tarot and anything spiritual, you know.
mm,
So
mhm.
yeah, that brings joy. Much
Right.
gratitude for that.
Hmm.
Um, so with your day to day, like I know you're very busy. How do you balance that?
Mm.
Like your personal, your work, your business.
It's coming together quite nicely now, knowing when to rest. And I think it kind of got to a point where I don't feel so much like I have to be working so hard in intentions. It's like it's there. I feel like it's concrete enough
Yeah.
that I can take a break from it.
Okay. Yeah.
Whereas before, I felt like I was always had to have energy going into it,
Hmm.
or it would like, I don't know, disappear. All the
Yeah.
work that I done would just like somehow disappear. I don't know. But that was, I think, just learning my own learning. So now I have like I don't do much else besides my business brings me so much joy. So I'm able to work in my business, then still work a little bit in a 9 to 5 job, and now with summer coming, have my garden and still make time for my son as much as he wants to hang out with me because he's older now. But yeah, like I feel like I'm nicely balanced. And feeling very supported. So again, I lean on those practices that I teach, the
Yeah.
yoga, the meditation, the doing things in the morning, a morning practice, and at night having a little stretch and
Yeah.
all of that that I teach, I do in order to support me to continue to grow and evolve and expand and find more joy and attract more wonderful opportunities that are in alignment. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just like this whole like, I don't know,
Yeah.
figure eight thing that just kind
Yeah.
of swoops back on itself. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. How's your son with what you do? Does he participate in yoga or is he into wellness? No?
No, no, but he's yeah, I we just have a good laugh about it. He
Okay.
kind of pokes fun at me. Like, cause I'm always listening to like spiritual podcasts and
Yeah.
stuff. And so like people talking about the moon and
Yeah.
and astrology and stuff. So he's always hearing that.
Yeah.
And then I will just like I'll bug him and I'll like be like, tell me 3 things that you're grateful for right now. And
Yeah.
yeah, we just have a lot of fun. Of course I do think the practices would be supportive for him, but he will have to find his own way there.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Unfortunately, I didn't come into my healing journey till he was already 16.
okay.
So, we had like time together where I wasn't
Yeah.
into that. So I wasn't sharing that with him.
Yeah.
It was very much like, go to school, get a job, pay the bills,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And now I'm more like, what do you love? Where's your greatest joy?
Yeah.
He's like, it's not that deep, Mom. It's not that deep. Like, yes, it is. Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's funny. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, I guess that would be another conversation too. Come to think of it, how kids relate to,
Yeah.
what we do in the spiritual industry,
Yeah.
Yeah. Another podcast. Um,
Yeah.
um, so what makes you feel hopeful and optimistic about the future with wellness, the wellness industry, the spirituality, all those things?
Um, yeah, like it's been a practice to try to be in flow and feeling like knowing I am on the right path, and then seeing that reflected in my life, just so much more good is coming up. And it does feel now, I know my blinders are on a bit, right? I'm kind of in my own zone and in my own lane. So now, like, all of my friends are into spirituality and all of the things I see on social media, right? Like, that is the world that exists to me. But it is a world of peace and fairness and kindness and of like growth and evolution. And like, that's where I want to be. That
Yeah.
is exactly like what my soul feels like it's here to do right now is to be in that space to feel the greatest joy. Like I went through hardships, I learned lessons, and now I'm just here to expand into love and joy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And sharing that with as many people as possible, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important. Well, thank you so
Mhm.
much for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
That half an hour went fast. It
Yeah, thank you
always
so much
does.
for having me.
You know what? I would have you every week if I could. It's a pleasure talking to you. Yeah. But we are going to have you back, and we're going to talk about like,
Excellent.
at the end of say market season and
Yeah.
catch up and see how it all went for you. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you, Alecia.
Okay, thank you
Have a
so
wonderful
much.
day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us at the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast.